Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driftport. Today, we're diving into one of the most jaw-dropping supercars ever built, the McLaren 720S. A machine so fast, so refined, and so futuristic that it doesn't just compete with Ferrari and Lamborghini, it threatens to leave them behind. If you've ever wondered what it feels like to tame a spaceship on wheels, stick around, because the 720S is exactly that. Before we get into the details of the 720S, let's step back for a moment. McLaren isn't just another car manufacturer. It's a name born from Formula One dominance, cutting-edge technology, and relentless pursuit of speed. The 720S is part of McLaren's Super Series, which sits right between the entry-level Sports Series and the insane Ultimate Series like the P1 and Speedtail. When McLaren launched the 720S in 2017, it was their way of showing the world they could build not just a fast car, but one that rewrote the definition of a supercar. Let's talk about that design. The McLaren 720S doesn't look like anything else on the road, and that's the point. It's not just aggressive, it's aerodynamic art. Front fascia, sleek LED headlights shaped like teardrops, integrated with air intakes that feed cool air straight into the radiators. Bodywork, every curve, every line, every vent is functional. The car isn't covered in unnecessary styling, it's all about channeling air for maximum performance. Dihedral doors. Those iconic butterfly-style doors don't just look cool when you step out in front of a crowd. They're also designed to improve airflow and make entry easier. Rear end. A retractable rear spoiler doubles as an air brake, snapping up instantly when you need maximum stopping power. From a distance, the 720S looks like a predator ready to pounce. It's lower, sleeker, and more futuristic than many rivals. Park it next to a Ferrari 488 or Lamborghini Huracán, and the McLaren almost feels like it's from another decade. Now, let's open up the beast that lies behind the driver. The McLaren 720S is powered by a 4.0-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine, codenamed M840T. Power output: 710 horsepower, which is where the name 720 comes from in metric horsepower. Torque: a monstrous 770 Nm. 0 to 60 mph, just 2.8 seconds. Top speed: 212 miles per hour, 341 kilometers per hour. Numbers are impressive, but the real magic is how it delivers that power. The engine is mated to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, which shifts faster than you can blink. McLaren's engineers tuned the car to feel explosive yet controllable, making it equally terrifying and thrilling. One of the biggest advantages of the 720S is its lightweight construction. Thanks to McLaren's monocage 2 carbon fiber chassis, the car weighs around 1,419 kilograms dry. That's lighter than most of its rivals. Lighter weight plus more power equals brutal acceleration. Here's where McLaren pulls ahead. Speed is one thing, but control is everything. The 720S features proactive chassis control too, an advanced suspension system that constantly monitors road conditions and adjusts damping in milliseconds. What does that mean for the driver? Cornering feels razor sharp. Body roll is practically non-existent. Comfort doesn't suffer, even when you're cruising. The steering is hydraulically assisted, a rare thing in today's electronic era, giving the driver incredible feedback. Whether you're on a racetrack or carving through mountain roads, the car communicates every detail through the wheel. Step inside, and the 720S is more than just a stripped-down racer. McLaren designed the cabin to blend luxury with minimalism. Driver-focused cockpit. Everything wraps around the driver, from the slim digital instrument cluster to the centrally placed infotainment screen. Rotating display. With the push of a button, the digital dashboard folds into track mode, showing only speed, RPM, and essential racing data. Materials: Alcantara, leather, and exposed carbon fiber everywhere, a mix of race car toughness and supercar elegance. Visibility: thanks to the glass canopy-style roof and thin pillars, the 720S offers a surprisingly airy feel. Unlike most supercars, you don't feel trapped. Instead, you feel connected to the world outside. Even practicality gets a nod here. The front trunk provides around 150 liters of storage, enough for a couple of small bags. For a supercar, that's a nice touch. Let's not forget about the soundtrack. The twin-turbo V8 might not scream like a naturally aspirated Ferrari, but it has its own unique voice, deep, aggressive, and mechanical. Engage launch control, hit the throttle, and you're met with a surge of turbo whooshes, crackles, and pops that sound like controlled chaos. For many owners, that sound alone is addictive. Now, the big question, is the McLaren 720S only a track toy, or can it be used daily? Surprisingly, it's both. The suspension adapts to comfort mode, making it smooth enough for city driving. Visibility is excellent compared to most rivals. And with a reasonably comfortable cabin, you won't hate taking it on long drives. However, let's be honest, this is still a supercar. Fuel economy? Forget it. Insurance and maintenance? Astronomical. But if you're buying a McLaren, those aren't your main concerns. In the world of supercars, competition is fierce. The 720S goes up against heavyweights like Ferrari 488 GTB F8 Tributo, Lamborghini Huracán Performante, Porsche 911 Turbo S, Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. But here's the thing, the McLaren often beats them in raw numbers. It's faster than a Huracan, lighter than a Ferrari, and more technologically advanced than almost all of them. While rivals focus on emotion and heritage, McLaren focuses on science and precision. And in many ways, that makes the 720S stand out even more. Now, let's talk money. When it launched, the McLaren 720S had a base price of around $285,000 in the United States and about £215,000 in the UK. But with options like carbon fiber upgrades, custom interiors, and bespoke paint finishes, most cars ended up much higher, sometimes pushing well over $350,000. Is it worth it? For someone who wants one of the fastest, most advanced supercars in the world, absolutely. In fact, many reviewers argue that the 720S offers better performance per dollar than a Ferrari or Lamborghini at the same price point. So, what's the final verdict on the McLaren 720S? It's not just a car. It's an engineering masterpiece. It's brutally fast, yet shockingly refined. It's futuristic in design, yet practical enough to use daily. It's scientific in execution, yet emotional in experience. The McLaren 720S proves that a supercar doesn't need to be loud or flamboyant to turn heads, it just needs to deliver an experience that feels out of this world. And that's exactly what this car does. If you're lucky enough to own one, congratulations, you've got yourself a piece of automotive history. And if you don't, well, at least you now know why the McLaren 720S is one of the most respected supercars of our time. That's a wrap for today's review of the McLaren 720S. What do you think? Does it beat Ferrari and Lamborghini, or would you still pick an Italian supercar over the British engineering marvel? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Driftport for more in-depth car reviews. Until next time, keep the passion alive and the engines roaring.